yesterday, Monday, Diddy celebrated his 55th birthday, but this year was a lot different. It was no Diddy parties. It was none of that. None of that stuff. Well, happily so, I guess, right now. But anyway, so this is his first birthday behind bars. Yeah, but so there's still, I mean, it's crazy too because there's still more happening in court. Like, I mean, everything is still active even though we're not hearing about it as much anymore. And the people may be fatigued like we talked about prior to.
Y'all won't believe the story that has everyone's jaws hitting the floor. Picture this, darlings. It's 2003 and our sweet, innocent Daveigh Chase, fresh from terrifying us all as Samara in The Ring, is standing on the MTV Movie Awards stage. She's just won Best Villain, and this precious young star is beaming with pride. But honey, what should have been her golden moment has now resurfaced with a twist that'll make your skin crawl.
Coming to the after party, Yeah!
Good, you're doing so good.
I just want to say,
So here's the tea. Little Daveigh is backstage, holding her golden popcorn trophy, probably dreaming of her bright future, when who should appear but Diddy himself. Now, this was when he was the king of entertainment, darling. Parties, glamour, the whole 9 yards. And what does he do? He casually leans in, drink in hand, and asks this child, "You coming to the after party tonight?" When she shyly nods, he laughs and yells, "Yeah!" Innocent? Well, honey, let me tell you how this looks now.
Problems that the defense has brought up originally, but it seems like, just from reading this 14-page indictment, that there is enough physical evidence to perhaps get a conviction in this case. We shall see. These are allegations.
Let's spill some serious tea about those early 2000s, sweeties. Hollywood wasn't just glitter and glamour. There were whispers, darling. Whispers about what happened behind those velvet ropes. Diddy's parties? Legendary, but not necessarily in a good way. They were more locked down than Fort Knox. And now? Oh, honey, the allegations coming out are making everyone look at that innocent invite with fresh eyes. Social media is ablaze. Who invites a literal minor to an after party? They're screaming. And honestly, they're not wrong. Another posted, "This is sickening. Was no one paying attention back then?" The outrage is real, darlings, and it's spreading like wildfire. And when you consider what we're learning about Diddy now, well, let's just say it's making everyone question everything.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes. But
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
But wait, there's more. Remember who else was there? Ashton Kutcher, standing right next to Diddy, smiling away like everything was perfectly normal. Now, our boy next door, Ashton, has some explaining to do himself these days. Between those questionable comments about underage stars resurfacing and his connections to other Hollywood scandals, that clean-cut image is looking a bit smudged. But let's circle back to that infamous invite, shall we? Why would someone at the peak of their fame think it was okay to invite a minor to an after party? And these weren't just any parties, darlings. The NDAS? Brutal. We're talking spy movie level secrecy. What were they hiding? Because, honey, those agreements are looking mighty suspicious now.
my name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs?
And darlings, this wasn't Diddy's first rodeo with raising eyebrows around young stars. There's another clip making rounds where he introduces a minor as his adopted daughter. He claimed it was a joke, but honey, in today's climate, those jokes are looking more like great big red flags waving in our faces.
Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents that...
Now, about Ashton. His connection to these parties? Let's just say it's got tongues wagging. In an old interview, he called these gatherings the best nights of his life, but wouldn't spill the details. Just gave that little smirk and said, "You had to be there." Well, sweetie, that mysterious comment isn't aging well at all. What exactly made those nights so unforgettable? And why all the secrecy?
Guys, we are lucky to have Precious Miora here, and she's been at the Diddy parties, and she's about to spill some secrets.
Let's talk about power, darlings. Diddy wasn't just influential, he was a titan. One word from him could make or break careers faster than you can say golden opportunity. For young Daveigh, fresh from her breakthrough role, an invite to his party probably felt like winning the lottery. But oh honey, at what cost? Think about it. A minor surrounded by powerful adults in that environment, it makes my skin crawl. And let's be real about Hollywood in the early 2000s. Young stars were thrown into adult situations like confetti at a New Year's party. Poor Daveigh wasn't the first, and sadly, she wouldn't be the last.
Okay, so basically I was a Playboy bunny. So a Playboy bunny representing New York State. The reason why I need to clarify this is when you're a Playboy bunny, you are part of the corporation, and you are a bunny, and you do have a title and you wear a uniform, but you don't get a month.
Speaking of Daveigh, her story just breaks my heart. After The Ring, the world was her oyster. She voiced Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, starred in Donnie Darko and Big Love. This girl had range, darling. But then, things took a turn. By 2016, her career had practically vanished, replaced by headlines about legal troubles and personal struggles. And now, people are connecting those early Hollywood experiences to her later challenges. But here's what makes my blood boil. Where were the adults who should have been protecting her? The managers, agents, anyone? How did nobody question a grown man inviting a minor to an after-party? The lack of accountability is staggering. And honey, it speaks volumes about Hollywood's culture of turning blind eyes. As these allegations against Diddy keep piling up like designer shoes in a celebrity closet, this video has become more than just a scandal. It's a symbol. It's about an industry that's been putting profits over people for far too long. And darlings, this story, it's just the tip of the iceberg. What's lurking beneath might shock even the most seasoned Hollywood insiders. Oh, darlings, these weren't just your average star-studded soirees. Diddy's gatherings were choreographed down to the last champagne bubble. And now that we know more about his lifestyle, these parties look more sinister than spectacular. Who else knew? Who stayed quiet? And just how deep does this rabbit hole go? These parties were the talk of Hollywood, packed with A-listers, power players, and even political figures. But beneath all that glitter and glamour, the details emerging are absolutely chilling. Every guest had to sign ironclad agreements. We're talking beyond your typical no phones, no photos rules. Some say these contracts bound people to silence for decades, maybe even forever. I mean, what kind of party needs that level of secrecy? Now here's where it gets truly disturbing, darlings. These gatherings, some say they weren't just parties, they were calculated opportunities for gathering leverage. There are whispers about hidden cameras throughout his properties, capturing moments that could be used later. Can you imagine? Thinking you're among friends only to discover you might have been recorded? And honey, Diddy wasn't alone in this world of secrets and control. People are drawing parallels to other powerful figures like Jeffrey Epstein. Different circles, same playbook, using wealth and influence to create environments where anything could happen, protected by layers of security, legal shields, and loyal insiders. And let's circle back to Ashton, shall we? That "you had to be there" comment about Diddy's parties? Not aging well at all, darling. What made these nights so special that he couldn't speak about them? The guest lists were a who's who of Hollywood royalty, but most have stayed suspiciously quiet. One anonymous source called them the kind of thing you'd only see in movies, while another said just getting invited was like winning the lottery. But honey, some lottery prizes come with a terrible price. The thought that these parties were leverage-gathering opportunities is absolutely chilling. Some say situations were orchestrated to compromise guests, whether through their own actions or through carefully planned setups. But why would anyone attend knowing the risks? Oh, darling, in Hollywood, being in Diddy's inner circle was like having the keys to the kingdom. For young stars like Daveigh, an invitation probably felt like a golden ticket. But that gold? It might have been fool's gold all along. Perhaps the most disturbing part of this whole saga is the deafening silence surrounding it. So many attendees have kept their lips sealed tight, even as allegations surface. Whether it's fear, loyalty, or those ironclad legal agreements keeping them quiet. But darlings, those walls of silence are starting to crack. And let's talk about accountability in Hollywood. How did someone operate like this for so long without consequences? Simple. Diddy wasn't just a producer or musician. He was a brand, an empire. His influence reached every corner of the entertainment world, making him practically untouchable. And for anyone thinking of speaking out, well, going against someone that powerful could mean career suicide, or worse. But the tides are turning, darlings. These allegations against Diddy represent something bigger, a shift in Hollywood's power dynamics. The protective shield around these powerful figures is finally starting to shatter. Poor Daveigh Chase's story stands as a heartbreaking reminder of how young stars can be failed by the very system meant to protect them. Her career, once so bright with promise, derailed by the very machine that should have supported her. So what happens next? Will Hollywood finally look in the mirror and address these systemic issues? Or will they keep sweeping scandals under their designer rugs? One thing's crystal clear. The entertainment world is at a crossroads, and what happens next will shape its future forever. As we wait for more revelations, one can't help but wonder about the true extent of what happened at these gatherings. How much more is there to uncover? Who else might be implicated? The answers could shatter everything we thought we knew about Hollywood's elite. So, darlings, what are your thoughts? Could there be more shocking revelations about Diddy's parties waiting to surface? And just how deep does Ashton's involvement really go? Share your theories below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy celebrity deep dives. Until next time, stay curious and stay vigilant.